Hi, I'm Jess, and this project explores the effect palm oil plantations have on the orangutan species and the solutions currently being trialled and tested to be used in the future to create a sustainable palm oil plantation. To research this project, it was especially hard to find sources that didn't contain emotional bias. Tackling emotional bias was particularly challenging as most websites surrounding this topic contain images and statistics designed to scare the reader into monetary donation for the cause. It was important I remain vigilant in using appropriate and unbiased scholarly articles by using the Curtin Library, Google Scholar, and government websites as reliable resources. Linking the Curtin Library to Google Scholar was particularly helpful as it made it easier to research reliable sources in one area. So what is palm oil? Palm oil is derived from the African oil palm. It's produced by farming the fruits that blossom from the tree, and it is used in over 50% of products sold in supermarkets. According to the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, as of 2010, the top 10 plantation companies had a combined capitalization of US $79.1 billion and growing. The top two countries that produce the most palm oil per hectare are Malaysia and Indonesia, and this is the basis of their local economy. The forests of Sumatra and Borneo are threatened by this palm oil expansion, especially the low-lying swamp areas. From 1995 to 2005, over 40% of Indonesia and Malaysia's low-lying swamp areas have been lost to deforestation. This is due to the fact that it is more economic for plantation companies to clear fresh forests than it is to rebuild a fertile plantation from unused wasteland. The government is getting behind this issue of sustainability by introducing the Reduced Carbon Emissions from Deforestation, or RED initiative. This initiative is attracting plantation companies as they will receive compensation for costs of not clearing unprotected forests and for using the land already available. Many different strategies that would perhaps create a sustainable plantation for the future were evident. For instance, it was found that the Roundtable for Sustainable Palm Oil have been introducing corridors as a means to push orangutan colonies to relocate into a different forest on their own. Although this seems a viable solution, there is not enough space to relocate all the orangutans, which will lead to overpopulation and starvation. Another strategy found was the use of forest islands, in which a plantation would keep sections of untouched forest within the crops where the orangutans would remain. However, conservation teams on these plantations struggled to keep the orangutans out of the plantation and in their designated areas. The companies who own the plantations have released bounties for any orangutan found in the crop as they eat the fruits on the oil palms. Further research will need to be conducted to outline which is the best option and if that option is effective. The idea of a sustainable palm oil plantation will need to be further discussed and also researched into the wider effects of the industry has on the local and global economy would be necessary in order to find a viable solution to the issue. If the turmoil between palm oil plantations and the orangutan species continues, it is possible the species could become extinct in the very near future. This issue fits in well with the Australian curriculum, focusing on years 4 to 5. At this level, children are learning about the impact they have on the environment and how every living thing has structural features and adaptations that help them survive in the environment. This links to the project research, as the orangutans depend on their habitat to survive, as they only thrive in certain regions of the world. At this year level, children are also focusing on comparing data with predictions and using it as evidence to make further explanations. This was outlined in the project by creating detailed and attainable research questions. Data of deforestation and loss in orangutan numbers could be used to outline the effect palm oil plantations have on the species.